Yes, what is it?
You don't have to.
There we go.
You already have. A long time ago.
Wait, how?
These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind a kitchen table, in the evening light, drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend.
Tuna is the origin of the pale.
What?
The swallow, it's how it starts. It's baby pale.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
The pale? No, we are 20 meters from the very edge.
She looks up into the darkness under the nave, then back at you.
The pale is only an effect, a transition between the world and that.
Then what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing. No.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was.
Then the Pale is...
Simply a gradient.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in points inside the world.
What are we talking about? This is one of those places.
According to this, how long
Until it starts swallowing, it's already started, starting with sound.
and information, causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
Oh. Huh.
An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM...
Wait, what? How do I know this?
Knows how to think this.
I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know.
An amateur anthroponetic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
Didn't form in a church, the church formed around it.
Of course! A pine wood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on instinctual level or religious practices we forgot.
I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but
All the failed business and do commercial area, all the failure
you
Martinez.
think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even say software development?
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
Yes, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean, a kind of anthroponetic history.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. I told them.
I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the dice maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
Yes, what them deserve to know.
Then go tell them.
One day, all the world will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest? Some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but...
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
I shouldn't think about it. Maybe it's dangerous.
Maybe, but...
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out.
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have anthroponetic detection to perform in this district.
Well, all right then. That was interesting. I don't really know what the fuck they were talking about, or what is even going on. Just said that it was the Pale. I don't really know what the Pale is, though. Did that just blow over my head, or was that like just weird nonsense? I don't really know. A weird little side adventure, but hold on a minute. 22. Shit. Oh, but wait. What is this? Cleaning out the room. Someone's been walking around your dreams lately, looking for something. Tidying up, rearranging, storing away all the unrealized dreams, putting old pains in boxes. The worst nightmares have settled down for a while. Spot of light on the bedroom door after the dark, the fluttering of eyelids in the spring sun. A thought that arises only to spirit guide, yet there's a pattern emerging. What is this? Turn lines. And now, since I've used all these, I guess I can just start leveling up other stuff. Authority. Sure, why not? Now I will quick save, and now I don't really know what to do. I guess we can go... Yeah, do the dead body. Call the station about the dead body. Yeah, alright, let's go do that. Still don't know really what the hell was going on.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Definitely middle-aged man, height 170, 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build, looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against this metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
Nope, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
Wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. On a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. Belongs to someone called Billy Mijan.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Alright.
Anything else, detective?
Well, shit. Alright, I guess I'm done.
57th.
In the cabin, you
I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow. To kill like a little bit of time until 22. Oh, I know. The bullet. Okay, now I should be able to figure out where this bullet came from.
the same tune. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B Prime.
Huh. So what if they were working together to kill this dude for some reason? Her and Ruby. And the reason why she put the blame on Ruby was to get me out of here. Like, let her off the hook. So then she can go inform Ruby about everything that's happening. And Ruby... Well, but no, that doesn't make sense because they had an alibi for her. And said that she went just to go take a piss break real quick and come back. But what if they were just covering for her? Because they didn't want her to, like, get arrested or something? Or I don't know. Precisely.
B Prime for Boardwalk, B Double Prime for Land's End, and B Triple Prime for the Islet Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
The boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
I see. There was a guy that died there. Could he have been connected thanks to that? There's no way, right? Right? Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea. As you saw in the coin-operated viewer, the shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Huh. The boardwalk is a little weird that we found someone dead there. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof at Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say Prime B, Boardwalk, Boardwalk, Land's End, is
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
much less than the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Oh, okay.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
But what if? Ooh, but what if though? Well, I'm going back to the boardwalk and I'm going back to the very end. Just to see if there's any residue. Because if there is, holy shit. So another possible point would be from up here, right? Oh,
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
we still climbed the comms tower, took a shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
What about the cigarette butts?
A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Tiomotiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmaran. The Suzerainties population was mostly Ilmaran Areopagites, up to 97%. The region was known for its tobacco export, hence the name.
I want to know a lot more about this.
Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat, a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tiomotiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tiomotiri is favored by older men who like its old-fashioned paper filter tips, insane amount of tar, and the sweet smells of colonialism and halva.
Over the water to the whirling in rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a thick snowstorm melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. The light is off on the third floor of the whirling in rags. The young woman is gone in precinct 57. Safe, closed off. Her form no longer moves behind the glass there.
Finished thought. Any lands there off in the far distance where the posts trail onward. Check boardwalk. But I already walked over the boardwalk and I didn't see anywhere to, like, you know, inspect.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Let's check door with the key.
It's getting late. I'll let you sweep this place on your own. I'm sure you can handle the washerwoman.
But no.
I'll be sleeping in my room in the Whirling. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning. Good night.
I just wanted to investigate it real quick. What the fuck? Floorboards creak on your step.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move it.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
Search it.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Aye.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit
Oh.
for all muzzle loaders of that caliber.
This bullet isn't for a breach of like the murder
The
weapon.
floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Huh. Well, I am going to load my game because why the fuck would I want to go to bed? Alright, we gotta get in good with the bartender. Yo,
Can I help you?
there's a cafeteria manager. Gart, I found a new bird for the Whirling.
What is this thing?
So big, yeah, just thought it would look nice on the wall. Not kind of cop. Oh, wait. I want to apologize for breaking the great school by bringing you this rough routes.
Okay. Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
Oh, no problem, buddy.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Right.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Gart, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
Part of my quest of self-discovery. Help
The
me.
Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
Not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used.
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
I'm a real client. I pay my bills and I have the rights to use the karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
I have my own tape, stupid.
He's lying, but whatever. You don't really need his lame tracks.
It's alright. I got my own song with me.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself.
Sucks to suck.
Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
Alright, let's do this.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
Come on, you got this.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Look, Kim, I'm gonna sing karaoke.
I can see that.
Put your lips against the microphone, test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands?
On the room
The
first.
bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying
Wow.
any attention. but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse, they are going to hate you. Just make sure you move, okay? Don't be stiff. The air is thick with
You know what?
anticipation.
I'm gonna roll it back and get the winning one, but I want to see what failure is like.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there,
Okay.
the smallest church in Sansan.
Is that how I sound?
Though it once was larger, how the real may rest there,
Is that how I sound? What the fuck?
down through the mist there,
I expect my voice to be deeper.
towards the seven sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there
What's happening? I'm seeing karaoke and I failed to check
in the tiny yard there.
just to see what would happen.
I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now
Oh man.
you're all alone.
Oh no.
None of this matters.
Oh no.
And all
Dude, that's so bad. Oh, okay, that's the whole song.
Do you hear that? It's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry. Made of pity. No one liked you.
Fuck you. I gave it my fucking best. I gave it everything, and you shit on me?
Someone walks out of the room by the front door. Some woman. Is it because of you?
I sing about how I feel. Fuck all you scum.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
That's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass.
You liked it?
Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
I see.
I mean it, he thinks.
I understand.
To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance.
I wonder, okay, now let's see if it'll actually sound decent if I fucking get the check.
The stage is, you feel
So, are you ready for your...
the air is
Thank you.
thick with anticipation.
Thank you. All right, now let's hear our character actually do good singing.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's hear our character's actual voice. Maybe it still sounds the same pitch, but just better.
I would often go there.
That's wait, what?
To the tiny church there.
That's actually what we sound like?
The smallest church in Sansan. Though it once was larger.
Like the brain.
How the real may rest there.
Like the reptile brain, yeah. So we're the brain.
Down through
Sound like the brain.
the mist there.
Huh.
Toward the seven sisters.
That's what we sound like? Jesus.
toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there.
So deep.
I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Was certainly better than the other singing, I'll give you that. Ancient reptilian brain.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Thank you, ancient reptilian brain.
There is silence now in the deep where the voice came from. It has receded to return only in dreams and nightmares.
Oh, it's as if the ancient reptilian brain lended his voice.
This guy really carried you.
I'd like to dedicate the song to my partner, Kim Kitsuragi.
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away.
No.
He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush.
Aww.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Thank you, Martinez. Duh, we made it blush. Isn't that adorable? Alright, that was nice. That was worth it. But, fuck, dude, it's still not time yet. Oh yeah. I forgot about this. I was supposed to ask about the armor. But, I mean, is that still gonna help? We know he was like a mercenary. I'm telling you, we are going gay for Kim. Alright, look up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Renell.
Armor like this isn't mass-produced. It would have probably been fitted. Perhaps there's a record of who signed for this particular suit of armor.
Ah. First, does the firm continue to work for pharmaceutical companies through all these name changes?
Hard to say. Their client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries.
Rumor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote.
Oh.
She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Okay, cool.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Okay. I'll call back about that tomorrow, if I remember. Yeah, this game's great.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
More question about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
No.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
The body.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
You mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows? So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Right.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno.
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Right.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
You're Get lost!
Shut up.
Kuno doesn't fucking... Kuno's like Kuno. The fuck do you want? Good call. Yeah. The kingdom of Kuno.
Ladder.
The fuck do
Never
you
climb
want? Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
You say the ladder is unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
Kuno knows the ladder is unclimbable. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Worry about that trash container.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
I have a very strong hunch there's something of importance in it. Something I must find.
Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. You figured it out.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Gardener? It's actually not Gardener. Turns out she's a union fixer.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is. Yeah, whatever. The
Adi.
fuck about it?
There are two Oliver's body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
Kuno's...
He's trying
don't
to.
know anything.
Kuno's all kinds of shit. Kuno
Just gonna click on random shit.
Looks like you're a faggot.
Fucking...
He says you're stupid, Kuno.
Okay, where's Sue?
Has Kuno been to some kind of
What?
school? Probably a school for children with behavioral
What's your fucking
difficulties.
shit make you stupid? Kuno's got his own words now. Kuno words. Kuno, shouldn't you be at school or something?
That's the past, pig. Kuno's not there anymore. Kuno did his time. Now ask about that pig corpse shit, and don't go sniffing into Kuno's past.
Find the racist mug? You mean in the guy's apartment that you opened the door for the Reddit guy?
Pigs come to take you back.
You're testing...
I did see those.
Get lost.
Kuno...
That's what you're talking about, then yeah, I did see those. Alright, quick save. Now that I think about it, I never looked at these. I don't think it really matters anymore, but... No, in the trash container in the crime scene. Oh. I mean in here. I never got into here.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says,
No, I got this, don't worry.
this trash container is locked. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but
Put your hands where I can see them.
What the fuck? Why are you just gonna walk that close to the woman with the gun? Aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now. Show me your hands. Right now.
scavenged, battery-powered police lights
What the
protrude from her
fuck?
back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm
Ooh.
immediately.
Whoa, whoa. Comfortable being separated from my multi-tool. Oh shit. I'm surprised I went up this close to her. I'll raise my hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear under threat! Fear under threat!
What the fuck?
Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground! Get on the goddamn ground!
Man, we just want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin,
Whoa, whoa.
vagina, and rectum.
How do I... hold on, what?
In her mind, the cavity search is happening, as long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
Ma'am, you gotta relax.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing.
Let's deal with this later.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Ooh, I'm gonna get shot. Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's a goddamn police shitbag. Off the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance. Suspect alert. Get on the ground.
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, alright?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Big red key. Big red key.
Big red key? That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
You're not the police, we are the
Back
police.
up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Harry Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
Name is actually Harry. It's Harrier, yeah. Harrier Dubois is my actual name. So that Reddit guy, he's not fucking with you. I mean, he's kind of fucking with you. He's calling you Harry, but your name is Harrier. So he's not being an asshole. That's just actually your name. I would know that if I was able to get the fucking folder from like that 70% chance or whatever if the game didn't, you know, screw me.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
How'd you find out? I found my badge, my ID.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
No, I have my badge.
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
But, we really are cops. Look, my badge.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector. Azimuth.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Oh, this is bad. I'm probably gonna need to load this. I'm about to die. Let me get my gun.
She's frantic, confused, teetering under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
No, I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail.
Sure, you're you, but how do we end this? She's not just gonna let you leave.
Gun, I'm coming.
Suicide by cop. Split second decision. Eat lead, scumbag.
Oh my god.
God, I almost blew her head off.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real.
Thank God.
Police guns always have bullets. What is
She looks devastated. Grab the gun right now. This might be your only chance.
Fuck this. Give me that gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Wait, the morale took damage? Yeah, because she pulled the trigger and I damn near died. I think that would hurt anyone's morale. But thank God, the fucking gun had no ammo in it.
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Hey, at least I got my gun back.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I feel like touching her is a very bad idea. What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
But why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8. And loneliness.
Oh, you're right. Loneliness.
Yeah. Looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now.
I want to do this, but it's probably a bad idea. Let's see. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
Now that I think about it, this is pretty sad. Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
He mutters, it seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. Just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
Ooh, man. Ooh, man.
The woman is one of those things, a police cap.
Got the cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
Maybe. Probably. You know me.
It's your hat.
Kick her shoulder.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Confiscate the narcotics. Wink.
You take the vial of Pyrrolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence, obviously. She didn't consume them. She didn't look high. She confiscated them. A little like you are doing now.
You're taking those, are you?
Listen to him, for once.
I'm confiscating these as evidence.
Sure. I guess that's fine.
Not actually going to use them. Yeah, that's... Oof. Yeah, that's sad. That made me sad. God damn it. Ah, fuck. Alright. Let's go talk to Titus real quick. But, in good news, I got a sweet gun. A 3-shot revolving barrel Villers La Salle pepper box. Simply assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. Butt of the gun is worn, and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun, no doubt about it. Ooh, shit. And I'm going to get a bullet.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain.
In vain?
The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago.
In vain?
But this is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
I do like that line of thought. But I have this just in case. We know our girlfriend or wife left us. I'm pretty sure that's a part of his backstory. And also the fact that we probably shot and killed someone now. And maybe that was a part of it. Of when his life really went to shit. That's my guess right now anyway.
The Copper-nado is back.
Look like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, just ignore my gloves. There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick.
The fuck?
Been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, she didn't have anything on mine.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now,
Thank God.
Anything else we can help you with?
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante. We always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne LaPlante.
Anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was. Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off. But still.
Aw, it just gets more sad the more I hear.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
Oh. How did she get like this?
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, she... Shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, Cerdo.
I don't shoot kids.
Beat confessions out of prisoners.
I don't do that either. I've only talked with people. I have not beat a single person.
Easy there, Al. Sit down. We got one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
Where'd you get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
So they do dump them into the river. Cool. Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough. We're the real heroes on these streets.
Yeah.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
Damn, am I boring?
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it.
What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance.
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait, this will be my capo type now?
Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits.
Why not? Sell another telefax then. I'm not ashamed.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
Drama, get off my ass. You were simping for that woman earlier, and Volition had my back. I don't want to hear it. Minus 2 Inland Empire, nothing funky. Okay, it looks like we got a bit of normal in you. A touch of regular. 4 grams and Johnny normal cop. Who would have thunk it? You, the extremist of all the cops. You said some pretty boring things back there. Now you have 2 choices. You can either leave it behind and forget about it, or you can try to utilize your normalcy, internalize it. Get a touch of vanilla back into the herring-flavored egg and licorice ice cream of your mind. Let's see. Get the fucking body out of here.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's bag him, take him away.
All right.
Takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing.
I don't care about the boots.
Oh well, in another lifetime.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Yep. Basically became boring. That's a load of shit, dude. Did the game not see me bust an absolute groove earlier? I busted so hard down. I busted down so hard. Everybody else started dancing with me. Even him, and I communicated with this entire town. How can you call me boring? Ignore the fact that I said I busted hard, alright? That's not what I meant. Common Drama L? Dude, yeah. Drama was simping for the lady earlier, and then we basically had to tell Drama, dude, get it fucking together. For Drama to be like, oh, yeah, she's playing us. Oh. What an idiot. Can't believe I put a point into you. You're a fucking dickhead. Can I unpoint this? Alright, anyway, time to go to bed. But this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the shack, and there's something over here.
As you look at the floor,
there's a floorboard, you can move it aside, you can search it. What is it? A bullet.
Object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You hold in the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
That's what I found. So now I think I can use it? Question mark? Oh, bullets. You've got 1 bullet. So I can actually fire my gun if need be. Into your step. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Using a thermodynamic expander condenser cycle. Nice. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, and an almanac from 39. What's this?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
I can shave. I can get rid of my chops.
On the table,
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red. Hair unkempt. Wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Huh. Well, I gotta see what happens.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line.
Do not shave, trust me. It's gonna be like Arthur Morgan. Like when you completely shave Arthur, Red Dead Redemption 2, you're like, oh my god. No, put it back. I wanna see.
The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The
Oh my
surface underneath the beard feels tender. The air brushing against it, chilly.
Dude, look at him. He looks awful. Feel the clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold...
Oh my god. Honestly, I'm sure he would look better if I, you know, didn't have the expression on me. Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Hey, you know what?
The beardless nature of your cheeks makes the expression seem even more like a terrifying grimace.
I need to get rid of the expression, dude. I need to get rid of it. I need to get this off me, because then maybe I'll actually look decent. I'm gonna stay shaved. And then I just gotta get rid of the expression, and then I'll look decent. That's the plan. Ah, that fucking face, dude. Oh my god. Ugh.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection.
Okay, you know what? Let's see.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. Still not happening. An old mirror hangs on the wall. It's like something snaps in you. A nerve ending. A thought. A sadness.
Here we go.
Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over.
And it's
the
gone.
The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
He looks relatively normal now. He actually looks normal. Oh my god. Now that that shit-eating grin is back, he actually looks kind of like a normal, just regular person. And doesn't look like a complete psychopath. My god.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it. Such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
A regular, clean-shaven police officer. We're actually cleaning ourselves up.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down.
Here we go.
Still, you've earned a rest.
Let's see if I get jumped when I wake up.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you. Forever. On Faraday.
Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming?
No. You're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The endless learning experience.
The bang! Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow, I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of this world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Making progress. Measured, steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Are you saying that when I remember the fact that I had, like, a girlfriend or a wife, when I remember the fact that, you know, she dumped me and left me, and then I became a broken mess, that I'm just gonna fucking go back and be crazy again, drink myself? I mean, there's a reason why I drunk myself so much that I didn't want to remember anything, right? There's gotta be a reason for it, right? Alright. I'm gonna go on a crazy theory here. We know that we had a wife or a girlfriend that we no longer have anymore. And we know that we shot, well, I think that I shot and killed someone. So maybe it's a wild theory, but maybe, just maybe, in some crazy scenario, that's what happened. Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
The only thing that doesn't make sense is why would I still be a cop afterwards? After that like happened. Why, was I not arrested for that happening? Why would I not get my job revoked? There's reasons why that wouldn't be a thing, but maybe in some crazy scenario, some world, it happened. Or maybe, or the other thing I thought was someone shot and killed wife or something, so we shot and killed them.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go.
That's my boy right there. That's my boy. Volition always has my back. You're my boy, Volition. You're my fucking boy. I stick with you throughout this whole game, my man. Hell yeah.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
I mean, this too, because I do want to make sense of everything. But mainly Volition. You're my boy, man. I think about it doesn't make that much sense. Yeah. It would make more sense if I shot someone else that killed my girlfriend or wife. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now.
What is it?
It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
So I'm going to go insane. Wait, I thought things were going pretty well.
Oh, sure. You've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks. But who's focusing on the big questions?
Are you saying I'm focusing too much on random bullshit and not enough on the actual case? I assume the most qualified high credential people were taking care of that stuff.
But have you ever seen them? How do you know they're even there? More importantly, how do you know they aren't waiting for your participation?
You know, because you said progress on your case. Yeah, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. What am I supposed to do?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
What do you say is la responsibility?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues, the human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
All right, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
Do we really have time for all this?
There is always time to follow best practices. Once someone's decided to cut corners for the sake of expediency, who knows what else they're capable of? Swift, decisive action. A little self-dealing.
And who would sit on this committee?
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
What happens once we assign responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
Right, you know what? I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden.
Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated.
Sure, why not, man? Form a committee more to assign responsibility. Kim might know where to start. Sure. Ooh. Not the sad, clean-shaven Harrier. Listen, he's sad right now.
The bed is comforting.
But things will get better. Kinda hear Spurter. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, listen, so we have to assign responsibility, alright? Talk with me.
Yes?
Kim, we need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
What do you mean?
If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us.
No, I meant like la responsabilité. You know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
The murder, my disaster in my life. For this whole situation.
Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility?
Yes, exactly.
Fascinating. And here I believed your recent turn toward moralism was just an act. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villodrons. The gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion.
I see, I see.
Now, was there anything else?
So, I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
What is it? You can tell me, Ken.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the... Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Oh, that's funny. It was worth it for that dialogue. He can grow it back, it's fine. Oh, man. So basically find out who did it. We're not trying to find out who did it. We're trying to, from what I can understand, like, fix the corruption in the world. Or something along those lines, I think. Yeah, things out here a mess owner thought to do something about it. Something like that along those lines, I guess. Let me do this real quick.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Oh, I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Can you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Volition. Hell yeah.
I could use a breather before another rainy day begins.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth.
Thanks,
I
man.
hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Let me see. Ooh, wow. It's actually pretty good for like a physique playthrough. Too bad that's not me. If I just like... looks funny. Just realized I don't have any shoes on.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Was there a
I
bullet
hope
under the
waves
floorboards
don't
of your
keep
shack?
you. Damn that girl.
Ah.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
Nice.
A bullet?
Yep.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, bringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just
Ooh.
looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kimchi must have heard your Kimima.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
Voice is tinged with pride. Alright, buddy. Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No.
The truth, sire.
What's she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
First, she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
You're trying to delay me.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
Old lady throwing shade?
One
Yeah.
thing, officer.
What a bitch.
If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
If she murdered someone, I'm not gonna go easy on her.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I don't think she's a good girl if she's a murderer. Sorry to tell you, but if she confesses to murdering that person, she's getting thrown in jail ASAP. I don't know what to tell you. It's going to happen. I don't care what reason she had. Doesn't matter. She's getting thrown in jail. That is my mission. I threw the other lady in jail. I'll throw her in jail too. That's how it's gonna work. But, I mean, cool. I know now that she's somewhere further up the coast, but, like, where? That is the big question. Where up the coast? Because I feel like I've been everywhere over here.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Might be. What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
What?
Calling. Still again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Hey, Gerard, get your wife for me, will you?
Who is this?
It's Pierre. Now put her on. I don't like waiting.
Who the
Fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
I'm the guy who's fucking your wife, Gerard. Now put her on before I lose my patience.
Tell me what's going on here. Bien, come here.
The sounds are muffled. You can make out two people, a man and a woman called Bien. They're talking to each other in agitated voices. There's a shuffle of feet. Children, maybe.
What is going on?
Amid the howling in the wire, you make out a woman's voice with a thick Samaran accent. Gerard, this is a joke. Someone is making a joke. More shouting. You're pretty sure you hear a man saying fuck several times. Then the crackle in the phone line gets violently louder, like the surf breaking.
What? Wait, Gerard, let's just keep talking, buddy.
You can't make out a single word, just vague voices. One more, a child has joined. Something breaks or falls over. Footsteps approaching. Something hits the phone with a loud crack of plastic and microphone hiss. After that, you are left with the disconnect tone.
Whoops.
What the hell are you doing?
I don't understand. You're right, Kim. This went wrong. I shouldn't have done this.
You're right. You shouldn't have.
He accepts your apology.
Let's just go. I've had enough of this phone booth.
Whoops. My bad. You ruined their relationship for zero reason. For fun. Whoops. Have you asked Joyce about the pail? No. I did see the option that, like, it told me to ask her about the pail, but I've not done that. I guess I should go do that. I forgot that was like a thing. You just reminded me. Whoops. My bad. Right, let's see.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
She moved the boat? Yeah, she moved over here. I'm conducting a personal investigation of the world I found myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
My theory is that the inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They are really one and the same.
Are they now?
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Something fundamental. Something. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Maybe?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
One is Martinez.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Yep, fundamental. Okay, I need to pass that check. Tell me about another, perhaps even more fundamental aspect of reality.
I would be happy to. What is a preposterously expensive education for, if not sharing?
Shh. What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Are you saying I'm ruined?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I mean, what is this place here?
This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez.
There's to a collection of cinder block dwellings covered by a highly carcinogenic roofing material.
It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it.
Really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I?
There is regret in her voice for all the countless things she never had time to do with her money.
So the fat guy wants to build the giant youth center that will kick them all out of here eventually with the construction. She wants to buy this entire place. Huh.
Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we?
Trying to, like, get this up by answering other questions, but it doesn't seem like it's happening. What are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
There may be a way to get her speaking about herself at some later juncture. Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little bit.
Let's see.
You're back. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead.
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway.
You're back. More lessons in basic reality.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
There we go. This is how I'll end off the stream. What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Oh. Wait, is it the one with evil apes?
Not in this case, no. That sounds more like something the Mesk petrofascists might say.
The Confederate Republic of Mesk, the world's largest state by territory, has fallen into an especially nihilistic strain of nationalism lately.
I'm not saying it, Fluff.
It isn't enough to call us animals. Even animals aren't animals.
What are animals then?
They're like you and I suppose. Living organisms don't identify with abstractions. Elysium is for particular beings.
Elysium, the world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petrofascists.
I'm not gonna have the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
How about it's a ball?
That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revachol Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Fractured? Huh. The pale? What do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
So you're... wait. What? Vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. So you're telling me nothing has been cracking down landmass? Or is in between land? What? What? If we're still living on a planet. Uh-huh. The Pale. So you're saying the Pale is like nothingness. So what, just the ocean? So is this world 72% just like ocean?
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
What is going on with this world?
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Archer Corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
It's insane. Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The Pale is the nothingness between landmass. So what, you're telling me that a new Pale is opening up in that church? So that's what I'm getting? Is that there's a new Pale opening up in that church that's going to consume the fucking landmass. That also somehow consumed the data for that D&D game through the radio computer, because her data just got corrupted and lost out of nowhere, and it's because of the Pale? This is a lot to take in.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
Why is it in the church? It's not in the church was built around it.
The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
You said Pale. What is Pale?
The Pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do
No.
have a case
No.
to attend to.
I want to learn more.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to. I want to know what the Pale
I
is.
don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He has already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You can ask about anything else in the world. Anything.
you could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here, unless you can convince him to step aside.
Okay, cool.
Glad to have been of his...
I want to learn more.
You're back. Good. What can I... More lessons in basic reality?
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the man alone for a second?
Fine.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is his Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Okay, what is Isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
Insulinde
An
is...
oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
The negation of being.
The negation of...
That's right. The negation of being.
Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
So what happens if I just go into the Pale? Do I just become nothingness?
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
What the fuck?
Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's
a gray mist, cold vapor. Uh-huh.
The most disco thing you will ever see.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical.
What?
Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
We're surrounded by Pale. How do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
Guess we're about to find out.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
What?
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost. Or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
What? Consists of past information? But how does something that's nothing consist of past information if the Pale itself is nothingness? How can it consist of anything, let alone past information, if it is nothing? What?
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
That one.
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
And what does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
Suddenly this murder case feels like it doesn't fucking matter. What is all this? What? So there's something going on that's way more important. What in the fuck? What's entreprenetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years.
6,000?
The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super Isola. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What does interplanetics change then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale.
Wow.
The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
And this game barely takes place in 51. I wonder what, like, you know, nowadays year. Like a nowadays game that takes place in this fucking game. 1951? Yeah. Aerostatic craft.
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely.
So it's just like a glider.
Then they don't.
If we do not, then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
What the fuck? How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment? Or...
What do you think, Detective?
It's growing. There is more and more of the Pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
What the fuck?
An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go?
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild Pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Wow. You said you're at the middle of the isolate? Yeah. Is Pale the church in the center? It could be, since we're in the middle. So basically, God knows when it's going to happen, but there's a new Pale opening up in that church that's going to start consuming this entire place. I don't know how fast it expands, but eventually that Pale that's in the church is going to consume everything from here. What the fuck?
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
I like this one. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Her eyes tense, her crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they will remember me by. I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
What the fuck?
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
That was fucking insane, Kim.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
Looks around a little uncomfortable now.
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Alright, let's get to work, Lieutenant.
Good luck, detectives.
What a way to end the fucking stream. Holy shit. What in the fuck? What? That was fucking crazy. That was actually fucking insane. Everyone knew this? Yeah, everyone knows this. This is... Okay, it's it's common knowledge, but apparently she said that they downplay it. They downplay it a lot. And she even suggested that I do the same thing, that I don't think about it too hard. But apparently, if you don't downplay that whole situation, the world is just going to be consumed by nothingness. And God knows how long. Apparently, it's just going to be consumed by nothingness at an unknown rate, and the entire world is just going to die. Or something along those lines. What the fuck? I don't understand how anybody can be a skeptic about curses and ghosts in this world if shit like that can happen. How can anybody be a skeptic about ghosts and curses and all this kind of shit in this world when you literally have the Pale? A nothingness that is consuming the world. What in the fuck? That is crazy. That is fucking insane. I can't believe that. That is super interesting though. That is such a cool just thing to learn. That was that has to be one of my favorite parts of the game, is learning that. Oh my god, now you're infected too. God damn it, Fluff, look what you did. Yeah, that was crazy, but that was also probably one of the best parts of the game. There's other stuff I can get, but I have to remove some stuff if I want it. This one's almost done. This one's also almost done. I'll just have to leave it alone for now. Well, honestly, coming into the stream, I was wondering, like, what do I do now? I'm like, what do I do? What should I do? Because there's the dead body. Explore the coast for signs, but I've already been up there and I feel like I haven't found much. That's the thing. Actually, should I go do the call first? Before I accidentally pass this day up, let me go ahead and... Hey, what the fuck? Who are you guys?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with piss written on the back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
And was just simply an elegant slogan, fuck the world.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
Yeah, back away from the car, man.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
Right.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Who are the skulls?
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West Rivisholian crime syndicates.
Right.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom light's a wretched aggressive.
You fucking losers are not gonna become skulls. You didn't think about the murder that took place here.
Murder?
The man was hanged in the backyard, the whirling in rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean...
These
Okay, blah, blah,
punks
blah.
don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know that you don't know shit.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
It's not. A man is dead and we need answers.
So what do you think we know?
You guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
No.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
The rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization will accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
You're talking with cops which they would normally shoot on sight. I don't think you're doing too good right now.
Throw him off his game.
Are you implying that I might be in some sort of danger? A threat? Good. I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that.
You guys are pussies.
We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Hey, what's up, Fluff? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Aren't there more skulls than Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
I see you kids are into modern music, modern dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Yeah. We're not fucking kids. And we're also not fucking confrontational. The mood is chill here.
You're not confrontational? But you want to join the skulls that shoot people. But enough about the story then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have piss written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
You like piss? You like piss, huh?
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Are you sure about that?
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Wow. Awesome.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
That is a terrible metaphor.
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Right.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
How does one stick your dick into the void? Asking for a friend.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Does he?
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
You think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There are 2 of us and 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a piss guy or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think piss is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Ooh, dude, I could steal their jackets. Oh my god. Can I force him to wear it? You're going to wear it.
No, no,
Yes!
no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Wait, how?
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time.
What? No! Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Not even prospects and already aspiring to be kings?
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
Why is he joining me in on this?
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes! We want to be a cool killer skulls too like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
You offer us your jackets like that? It'd be impolite to refuse.
Oh, man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, get out of here.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
With mild amusement? He's fucking having fun with this. Since you said you're more the piss kind of guy, I'll take the other one.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Go undercover. Hard.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Come on, Kim.
Cold-hearted cop.
Still, it's good to know we have a pair in case the need arises.
The need will not arise.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with piss written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And fuck the world all on its own is, frankly, generic.
Man.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Well, at least I got these awesome jackets. They're shit jackets, too. Not even good. Yeah, no, I think I'll keep my, coat. Well, anyway, I got sidetracked from that. Let's go ahead and, you know, radio in.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try.
Anything else? 57.
I need to, like... I need to advance, like, 9 minutes. What the fuck? I guess I could talk to you about the guy.
Hi again, Gendarme. You did. And how did you like him?
Whoops.
Ah, shoot. What? What about me, Gendarme?
Hold on,
Goodbye,
can I
Gendarme.
talk with him again?
Again?
Alright, well, whatever.
Hi again, Gendarme.
You talk with your Sunday friend again. It's about committee business.
Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about?
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
It's about assigning la responsabilité.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility. As though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course.
Do you know when he'll be back?
Not a clue. I'm not his agenda keeper, you see.
I guess I'll have to look for him along the coast.
I guess you will.
Well,
Bye-bye,
thanks.
Gendarme.
And I'm still not time yet. Hey, lady.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
Hi, Shelly. Hello. How you doing, Shelly?
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
And dying inside, I'm taking a Tekken break. Okay, are you dying on the inside because you're taking a Tekken break, or are you dying on the inside because of Tekken and that's why you're taking a break?
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Dude, hold on. I want to hear about some cool cryptids.
Oh, hello, dear.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena. I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Oh.
Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
The extravaganza, I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Come on, Kim.
Or he'll be disappointed in you.
Don't care.
Ooh, tough choice there.
What's the most dangerous cryptid?
The gnome of Jeroma.
Gnome of Jeroma, that doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
What? I'm dying on the inside because of Tekken. What happened, Shelly? Did you de-rank a bunch of times? Like, oh, what happened? What's going on? What did this cryptid look like?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Alas, always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I like cryptid stories. I like listening to them as if they were fan fiction, you know? It's just neat to hear. It's very convenient that it just disappeared, nothing like it was seen again.
I understand your skepticism, but that's what happens with things that are rare and stand out. Their disappearance is most memorable, and they are least likely to be found again.
I don't care, Kim. What's the biggest cryptid?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
But Kim, don't you want to hear about another cryptid too?
The lieutenant pauses thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
That's funny. Fuck it, more cryptids.
Well, the biggest cryptid is, of course, the horrible giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
Just how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
No one knows for sure. It's like an awful mountain. Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hui. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more. Gravity anomaly. Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right here.
What's the tiniest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis.
Cryobacter catlensis?
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
What's so special about it?
The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history, Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Wait, she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
I think that, I don't know about that.
It's actually a little hard to see.
Yeah.
But do go on.
You mean there's an immortal geologist wandering the world?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
What a cryptid on this pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Wow, with its saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
And there was something about undiscovered subspecies of man.
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
I knew it, Kim. You're not human.
Ma'am, you are confusing him.
Please don't misunderstand me, either of you. Human, as it is used in everyday speech, is hardly a taxonomic category. For all intents and purposes, you can be thought of as human. Though Saelites do have some distinguishing characteristics. Different advantages, if you will.
Yes, advantages such as the flakier texture of Saelite earwax, or so I've heard. Nothing inspires pride in one species quite like speculative evolutionary biology. Perhaps we've had enough of that for today.
Are there any invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Drink my chocolate milk.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
You're right, Kim. It's childish, but I need to know.
Okay, I won't spoil your fun.
Thank you.
What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua.
The what?
Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Col de Mama.
Col de Mama d'Aqua can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Col de Mama d'Aqua makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
You just pulled out a whole milk carton? Yeah, I have my whole carton right here. I just drink the whole carton, like slowly over time. I'm not gonna pour myself a glass. Fuck that. You kidding me? I'm just gonna drink the whole damn carton. You kidding me? Yeah. What? I'm crying? Why? Why are you crying? Is it so weird to just drink it straight from the carton? I don't... What's so bad about that? I'm just drinking it slowly over time through the carton. I'm not gonna pour myself a glass. I'm fucking lazy, bitch. The fuck? What is so funny about me drinking chocolate milk from a carton? I don't understand. I'm gonna keep playing the game.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Could it be here, right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of aeropagite
Billy, I'm pulling out my milk
ornithologists,
carton, okay?
that is,
Don't die.
scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Songbirds.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies. even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
Dude, what are they called? I think they're called fruit bats. Dude, those things are so cute.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldamamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Go on.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them.
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually.
Why is the Mama Dakwa so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaqwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing. Psst. They cancel each other out.
They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
I like that encyclopedia is like trying to help you cheat on your test. Like, psst, they cancel each other out. I got you.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Coldamamadaqua population anywhere.
We need a milk reward button. Do we? Do we though? We already have so many random stupid rewards for no reason.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
Man, I just can't get enough of these cryptids.
I'm glad you like them. But I'm not really one to tell you about all of them. You should ask my husband if you get the chance. He's the real expert.
That's all for now, ma'am. Thanks. I just wanted to pass the time for a bit. Thanks, lady.
Was that? Could it be? The Coldamamadaqua? No. It's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing?
There seems to be. An extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic. But, admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always?
Wait, Kim, do you hear a high-pitched noise?
No, I don't hear the Coldamamadaqua. And neither do you.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf.
Listen more closely.
There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. Yeah, but how are you going to catch it?
Keep listening.
It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder.
Hold very still and hope the bird comes up perch on your shoulder.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
Oh, come back, please.
Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
I have a fucking thought about the Kodamak. 7 hours? You heard it? The mysterious Kodamak. Hold the Mama Dakwa. You're certain that you did. Well, maybe not quite certain, but let's say you're hopeful, because it would make you very special. You're the only human who can hear this invisible incorporeal bird. This animate whisper, this particle of sound. You're gonna have to keep listening. Sharpen your ear.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Oh, did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots?
Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, Shelly. Where's the Tekken stream?
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
I was born ready, baby.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S Kortenaer. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09.
Neonatal Care Unit.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
Wait, he was found in a leaf compactor?
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
Who put a baby in a leaf compactor?
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Any information on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
So all we have so we have to connect him to Krenel is the armor.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
Oh, we have his name and service record now.
A name. This is very good. Ellis Kortenaer.
Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
Alright, I'm done.
57's over and out.
In the cabin.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
Looking for any information that you provide on Billy Mijan, a reader.
Billy Mijan, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Mijan's home address, is that alright?
Oh, nice.
No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says.
Apartment number 20, so it's probably in the apartment complex up here. Yeah.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Nice, cool. Give me the information on Billy Mijan?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mijan? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So Billy has a husband.
Good. You have a name now.
Billy Mijan is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband? Oh, wait.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Wait, hold on. What? Did I misread that? Marie is my colleague Marie. It was Billy's husband.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Was that a woman? I didn't know that. I guess I didn't look at the body close enough. Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Marie, describe me what the husband looked like.
Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Unless... Thank you, that's all.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
Nope.
57.
In the cabin, you see...
Oh, I think we have, what? Her card.
The library card. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
So that's not him. Okay, yeah, because I was like, I'm pretty sure the deceased person was a guy, wasn't he? Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, I understand now. So I have to go back to the apartment to check that out. Is it this door?
A weathered brown door. The
Nice.
number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allons yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Hold on.
A weathered the lieutenant. This is the door. Get yourself together.
Hold on, Kim. We
It's
should
just
discuss this
police work.
before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear some light footsteps and what appears to be a daily weather forecast playing on.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm these, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
You have any advice on how to tell her he's...
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Knock.
Hello? Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
This is Billy Méjean's home. This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
Give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
Fear? Why are you afraid?
Hello, I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee. I was supposed to get some tomorrow.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face. We're back and grab some food? Okay, okay.
Keep it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble.
Ooh.
So, how can I help you?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
You live here with Victor, your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
How old are your daughters?
Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
Man, where's everybody? I don't see anyone home.
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is out.
She swallows visibly.
Out where?
He has a problem with drinking. And so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up.
Your knowledge, did he make it to the library?
No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days.
What's he supposed to do in the library?
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
Was it the glinting curb by M. Thibault?
Yes.
Or what he was wearing when you last saw him?
His old leather jacket.
Can you describe it?
It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
No distinctive features?
No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
Something else I have to tell you.
She folds her hands across her chest.
Alright, hold on. Let me save, because I swear to God, if I crit fail this, I'm going to load immediately, because fuck that.
She looks up, too anxious. You've done this before.
Ooh.
Just keep your focus.
Oh my God, I was 1 fucking point off. God, do I just say he's dead like that?
Yes. That's the most important thing. Use that word. No euphemisms. This is what you came here for.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Marjan, was found dead on the Martinez Boardwalk.
What did you say?
Your husband, Victor Marjan, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh. But he was just...
He looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
Yep.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
So to say, but at first glance, it seems like he slipped and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
Etched in her mind forever? Jesus. It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief.
Here, take this.
Yes, thank you.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
Man.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
Man, again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her, leave the room. Oof. That was rough. Hey, what's up, buddy?
You did well.
Lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment, the balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the distance. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Yeah, right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
What a sad little side quest. Man, just nothing to do with the case. It's just a guy that slipped up and died. That's all there is to it. It was fucking sad. Man, damn, now I'm kind of bummed out. Fuck. That sucked. That was depressing. Does this do anything for me? Yeah, we'll get rid of this one. Then I'll do... Folder Mama Duck. I'm like, I'm sure getting that folder would have been real nice for me. But of course... Who are you? I can get up there. Yeah, I was at that point where I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm safe, scumming. Ours cover these long, dusty windows.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know...
Oh, sorry.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaches and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
You know about him?
Nice to meet you.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Grad-made adventure program? Hell yeah.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Thanks, Rama. What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mirror before you.
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Oh, hi.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Oh, on the map.
A pleasure wheel?
Kind of looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising into the sky.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
This town really likes to get fucked over. What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
It means they all die at the hands of communists? I'm not... Tape computers, right.
Tape computers.
Not just gonna say that to the little kid. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Hey.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
I forgot to say this. How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers? Raise his finger remembering something.
Buckle up.
Oh boy.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Humpty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Where does this game take place in? 1951.
Wait, did he just say Humpty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Humpty Dumpty Dum Center like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Humpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Like every fucking voice in my head is like, what the fuck? Okay, the Humpty Dumpty Dum Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Juiced. What the fuck are you talking about?
The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers.
I should have went to
As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Felt playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. But of course, what else?
Hold on.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Alright, hold on. First, I have this.
Cleaning out the rooms. What if you didn't lose your memory? What if something in Martinez came and stored it all away, for you to slowly open one box at a time, so you can choose which parts to keep? Keep almost none of it. Only the flowers on the windowsill. Only the distant sound of a radio. Lose all the actors, the dark shadows. Leave only the still lifes. The blissful distant wash of waves. If everybody knew, you never did. She'll be coming soon. That is all.
She'll be coming soon. Holy shit. Wake up in a new life by the seaside. Ooh, that was a very good one. Suggestion in Lampire rhetoric. She'll be coming soon, that is all. That's ominous. Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins Guy and Josh Juiced are the stars of the show with their bomber jackets and white sneakers. Head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dumpty Dommiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSPV'd. Where are you if you are not there? It's only 42 minutes. Well, cool, but I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. I'm gonna quick save because now I want to see.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Pushes off like it's not a thing at all.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling. No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Can I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
Looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
I said, give me your fucking money.
Hello.
Oh, look at this.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Damn. Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building?
Holy shit. Went on a date, reconstructed execution, confronted the pigs, established the nightclub, discovered the anomaly death notification. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. And a quick save.
Seven. Even though you're
I'm just
succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning with your hands fallen to your side.
Talk to the city? I already did that. I already talked to the city earlier because I busted a dance move so hard that I blacked out and I talked with the city and she said that she likes me because I'm a cop and cops explore every inch of her. And then the city said that she loved me. And then I woke back up.
Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas?
Yeah, I've done that before. I've been there, done that.
A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them.
Indeed. You hear what sounds like two men arguing where the lieutenant is pointing.
And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again.
Huh.
Look where it already got you.
Hey, yo, you what now? Listen, if you want to go back and look at the VOD, you can, but that's all you get.
An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
Listen to the wind again? Sure. Shivers has really beautiful
the
bits.
Once bright mural.
I don't really get to listen to Shivers at all because my physique is so fucking low. So I don't really hear anything from physique a whole lot.
The once bright mural towers a breeze like a quiet sigh.
I mean, do I really need to listen to the Shivers again?
The once bright mural. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Why?
The wind told.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it. Enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Come on, man.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more Subtle. What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
Hold on, I'm just gonna quick save.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
Okay. What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Teleportation is a thing. It just needs a bit of concentration.
Okay, let's say teleportation is a thing. Wouldn't you need some kind of scientific apparatus to create a teleportation field? You can't just do it without apparatus.
What are they talking about?
Teleportation, Mikhail. It's generally thought impossible.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
Teleport to the roof. Alright, sure.
The rusty ladder leads to the roof. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it, Kim. I teleported.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear,
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Well, first of all, taking this, I'm putting the fucking heat on me. Why you have to ruin the fun? Kim is a realist who he's like the straight man to dealing with your bullshit. Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. He's the straight man to your silly, goofy ass antics. I thought he teleported. He definitely did not. The postcard. Glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Rat. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. You should take out your flashlight. Sure thing. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. The overturned table was covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. Here's a thick, dusty paints for glass. Ooh. A suit jacket. Oink. Beam flashlight, crevice in the wall. Oh, I see why it told me to take this out now. Stale fabric, smell, and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Small slit window you saw from the outside. I believed in him and everything. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Peek out.
Outside the window, the day is clear, and as mild as can be in early spring.
Would this have been a good hideout for a sniper?
It's a good place to hide, but doesn't look like anyone has stayed here in a while.
Is it feasible to hit a target in the whirling in rags from this window?
No, it's not. No matter how you crane your neck, you can't see the whole of the whirling in rags. And certainly not the relevant segment of the top floor.
Okay.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait. Kraz Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Burst the dust out the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
Look a bit silly. Oh, yeah. Footprints in the sand. One of the souls appears more worn than the other. I'm gonna go with the other one. Tunnel collapse, you'll have to find another way around. Son of a bitch. Something in the air. Unnatural buzzing. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. I hear it. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. What? It feels strange. Money. Money.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
What the fuck?
Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. The static overcomes you. The darkness takes over as you feel yourself slipping into an unknown mute state. Oh, it's death. This is the end.
Well, it's been a fun run, guys.
Cop dies under the boardwalk. An officer of the RCM, hot on the track of a suspect, died yesterday, of causes yet to be determined. I told him not to go after the suspect without me, said Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, the deceased partner on the case. But it seems that he wanted to play the hero. It's just like him to run straight into the lion's den, fly unzipped and arms flailing, said Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, friend and colleague of the officer. If ever I saw a man with a death wish.
Motherfucker.